Hello guys, it's me, Lil Ninja, back with another video, and today we're doing What If Naruto Was in the Spider-Verse Part 1, and it's not like any other Spider-Man What If I've ever seen, mainly because most Spider-Man What Ifs that I see that have Naruto inside of the universe is more so Naruto getting the spider powers instead of Miles. In this What If, that will not be happening. You see, this is a Naruto that has come from his normal world, just like in most of my What Ifs most of my crossover What Ifs. So he won't be getting Miles's powers, but he will be helping Miles through the story. And this is a What If that I will like very much. I will be making sure to get 4 parts of this What If out. Because I really like the whole, Spider-Man is basically my favorite character. So I will be making sure to get at least 4 of these What Ifs, these versions of the What Ifs out, so that way you guys can watch them. And other than that, the 4th and final What If will have to wait for a while, since it's going to be based off of the final movie of the trilogy, while the second part of this What If will basically be going into detail of the middle section, like how Miles talked. How about when Miles talked about all the spider stuff that he's been doing, but that was just a brief thing. But the second What If that I will be doing for this What If, the second part, will be going into bigger detail on that and how Naruto helped out with Miles and everything. So without further ado, let's get into this amazingly crafted What If.
This shit hot, boy.
Shawty catch a vibe, yeah, I had to put her on. Bought a 2-seater, yeah, we heading for the sun. Shawty got my heart, I ain't tripping for the funds. Yeah, I won't start, I ain't tripping, I'm a stunt. Oh, living lively. Everybody tryna ride my wave, they can ride me. Pull up in a foreign to the curb looking icy. I ain't never stressed about a fit, I'm on hype.
Act 1. Branching Timelines. A young boy about 15 was slowly being awakened by giggles and flashes of light. His uncanny blue and black eyes shining from the flashes. These flashes confused him as they got brighter. The boy was just dreaming of the best day of his life, a day where he saved his friends. Although this was different than his memories, which after being awakened by the many flashes he remembered who he was. He was Naruto Uzumaki, and he failed in saving his friends. Although everything did seem normal now, for him it wasn't. He blames himself for what happened, but he is glad that he was able to finish what he and his friends started. Flashback. Naruto had just defeated Kaguya Otsutsuki at the age of 17. It took him a year to defeat the insane goddess, but he wasn't able to kill her before she killed everyone else. Looking back, Naruto realized that he was effectively immortal because of his bloodline and Kurama. Taking Sasuke's eyes of course shortened it, but he couldn't reject the last wish of his best friend. Sitting in a pool of blood that wasn't his own, he realized that there was no point in stopping Kaguya. He would have outlived everyone, even his own children if he had any. Kaguya not only took all chakra aside from his and Kurama, but she plunged the world into chaos by fighting other Otsutsuki. Until now Naruto had mostly stayed out of it, and yet he had killed every Otsutsuki that came. Kaguya was the last, and he killed her too. Now at this point it's only him and Kurama left, no one else. He paid respects to the friends he lost. Sasuke, Sakura, Sai, Ino, Shikamaru, Choji, Hinata, Kiba, Shino, Kanoharu, Lee, Ten, Niji, Gai Sensei, Kakashi Sensei, Kurini Sensei. Everyone he lost in the war. He even paid respect to the tailed beast who only left them his chakra. He made sure to put that into Kurama, making him the new 10 tails and with all the elements of every tailed beast. But after he did that, Kurama has been asleep for years. It scared him. Because technically Kurama is all he has left. And then he lost him as well. Naruto was scared. He admitted that to himself a while ago. He didn't know what was going to happen next. On this chunk of rock there was practically nothing to be done. Naruto's musings would be stopped by a flash of light that would have surprised him. A old man with skin like an Otsutsuki, the eyes of Byakugan, the symbol of the Rinnegan on his forehead. Wearing a white robe with black accents on the back of this cloak, 9 Magatama in 3 rows. Following him were 9 black orbs and a floating staff that was shaped into the sun and moon on both ends. Sage GG, hello Naruto. The 2 sages would stare at each other, Naruto waiting for the man to speak again. You have defeated Kaguya. But that came with sorrow. Hagoromo would look down with sadness. It wasn't supposed to end like this. You weren't meant to be alone in this world. Well, I am. Even Kurama is asleep. He's been asleep for years. The big fur ball won't wake up. Naruto would chuckle with sadness in his tone as Hagoromo would float down to the reincarnation of his son. I can't bring them back. And I can't send you back in time, but I can let you live a life that you could have had with no chakra in the world. Naruto would look to his sage GG with pain in his eyes. What do you mean? There are separate timelines from ours. Different worlds. Why would I want a different world? Hagoromo would sit on the blood-stained ground. Your friends would want you to live on. Without worrying about them. The 2 sages would sit in silence until Naruto had made his choice. I will go into this new world or dimension or whatever. You're right, my friends wouldn't want me to sulk for eternity. Hagoromo would smile at this. Okay Naruto, if I'm doing this you will be taking your and a quarter of the world's chakra with you. Of course Kurama will be taking the rest. No one in this new world will have chakra but you. As a result of this it will be harder to regain chakra as well as use your jutsu. A scroll would suddenly appear in the older sage's hand. You won't be able to come back to this dimension. So here is a scroll of the different jutsu I thought you might want to learn. In the trip your body will evolve, to the point where those eyes you have now will become more. Hagoromo would throw the scroll to Naruto with Naruto being quick to catch it. Oh, and when you arrive Kurama will awaken. These are my last gifts to you Naruto. Be careful in this new world. And that was how it started. When Naruto woke up he found himself in a place called New York. Or more specifically Brooklyn. Naruto would quickly learn the languages of this new world with his clones. After a few weeks Naruto had learned that the evolution had caused him to age back to 15, although not big of a jump. He looked much younger than he did before. Eventually people would start to notice the young blonde boy that always seemed to skip school. People started calling people to get him on what Naruto found out were phones. Naruto didn't get caught at first, but the kid didn't want to reveal his powers too early, especially if he didn't know whether or not people had powers even without chakra. After being caught he would meet a man named Bruce Wallback. Bruce was a police chief and the man took Naruto in. Bruce reminded Naruto of his father. Along with Bruce came Ella Wallback, wife of Bruce. Ella liked to spoil Naruto. It hurt when Naruto lost Bruce. He felt pain again, the one thing he didn't want. Sage GG forgot to mention the supervillains with tech that could easily kill people in this new dimension. The city lost a police chief. But to Naruto he lost another father. Flashback end. Naruto would realize who was waking him up with flashes from a camera. It was his mother Ella. Mom, I thought you said you weren't going to take pictures of me when I sleep. Ella would laugh at her adopted son. I said I would only take pictures when needed. And this is needed. Naruto would raise his eyebrow. What's today again? It's your first day of school. Mom, I already had my first day of school. Another flash would blind Naruto for a bit as he fell out of the bed, hitting the floor face first. I know, but this is your second first day. You're going to that new fancy school. What's the name again? Ella would ponder about what this new school Naruto was attending was. It very much confused Naruto until he remembered what school he got pulled to. Naruto had always moved out of schools and would go to new schools. Mainly because he would quote-unquote start fights. Of course Naruto took the blame for the fights, but he always hated when he got expelled. He didn't want to worry his new mom. And yet he always did with the fights. Till at one point Naruto had found a knack for engineering, causing some big school called Brooklyn Visions Academy to take an interest in him. And again today was his first day to the new prestigious school. Naruto would struggle to get his new uniform on as his mother watched him. Mom, what time is it? 10:50. Why? Mom, why didn't you wake me up? I'm late. Calm down Naruto, you will be fine. Ella would walk to Naruto and fix his tie. Have a great day. Thanks Mom, I will. Naruto would rush out the house, walking through town to make his way quickly to school. Eventually Naruto would walk next to an old friend who was basically in the same situation he was. Hey Miles. Sup Naruto. The two best friends would do the signature handshake and would walk together. The two were inseparable and they both knew it. Mainly because they met from their dads. As their dads were best friends. It was kinda crazy that the two hit it off the same way their dads did. How you been? I been good, what about you? Ain't like I'm too stoked about going to this school, but I guess I'm alright. The two would keep walking, both of them slapping tags basically everywhere they were. Until they were stopped by a loud beep from a car. This would cause Naruto and Miles to look to the road. That's my dad. I'll catch you later Naruto. Yeah. After Miles left, Naruto would be distracted by Spider-Man, who was swinging through the city. With a grin Naruto would rush to an alley. I'm already late, what's? A few more minutes. Plus Peter's gonna need me for what I think is going on. Naruto would move to the roofs, quickly changing into a black thin ninja jacket with an orange cloak. He would also put on his headband and black face mask. Finishing the look by activating his 2 Reni Sharingan. When he came into this dimension, Hagoromo wasn't kidding when he said he would evolve. Far from it. His new eyes allowed him to use all past Manjaku abilities, which was cool by itself. But it also allowed him to use all the paths of pain as well as the abilities that it already had, although he didn't like using some of them. While practicing his abilities, Naruto was found by Spider-Man, who had also helped him through his father's death. And ever since they have been working together as the Fire Shadow and Spider-Man. Naruto would run alongside the buildings, catching up to the web-slinging hero. What we got today? Spider-Man would look beside himself to his partner. Shouldn't you be going to school? Naruto would roll his eyes. Mom told you, didn't she? Spider-Man would make a sharp turn, Naruto still following. Well, she did say to make sure you did your studies instead of building stuff for me. Naruto would shake his head. I'm just glad she doesn't know I'm physically helping you. Well, I guess you could help me one last time. Spider-Man would begin to gain height, Naruto following him, using Kamui to follow closely. Hey Furball, you up? Yeah, what do you want? Why didn't you wake me up? Because I'm not a damn alarm clock. Kurama would cut the connection, infuriating Naruto, making him follow closer to Peter. So who is it today? The spider would smirk under his mask. It's an unforeseen team-up, Rhino and Sandman. Naruto would sigh. So who is getting Sandman? Well, I'm still cleaning out my suit from last time he hit me with a sandball, so. Fine, I'll take Sandman, just divide and conquer. Fire Shadow and Spider-Man would begin to see the sandy district ion that covered the area. Both would move to quickly find their respective villains. Kurama, can you sense Sandman? Yeah. I will allow you to sense him. After a while of being in this world, Naruto found that Kurama's sensing skills had gone up tenfold, allowing him to sense all beings on Earth. Thanks Kurama. Naruto would follow Kurama, a guide, easily finding the man made out of sand. Hey Sandman. Sandman would look up to the last shinobi. Oh, it's you. Why does it always got to be you? Well, it's not always me. Naruto would jump down from the wall he was on. Remember last time? Wait, oh yeah, that was me. Spider just got hit by the ball cause I dodged it. Oh well. Sandman's body would start to shift, looking more like sand each second. I learned something new, shinobi. Naruto would tilt his head. And what's that? The sand around the tall man would turn into spikes as Sandman would start to take earth from the ground, turning it into sand. That's definitely new. Sandman would swing a mace of sand at Naruto, sending him into a wall. Okay, what can I do? There is too much sand in the air for me to make fire, and there is no moisture for me to make water. And I'm terrible at lighting style jutsu. Naruto would rush at Sandman as he began to make hand signs, shifting the chakra inside him. Lightning style. Electric stream. A stream of electricity would shock Sandman, pushing him back a little bit, enough to stop him though. Yeah, just as I thought. I am very bad with lighting. Pete told me to practice. Naruto would run from another sand attack and would start to run on walls as the sand had come together to become a giant man. Hey Sandy, you need some water. With the little water that Naruto could make, he would slaps the surface of Sandman. Was that meant to hurt shinobi? Nope, but this was. Naruto would do even more hand signs, creating a bigger stream of lightning that would wrap around itself. Chidori big ball stream. The ball of lightning would shoot itself out directly at the surface of the Sandman, completely turning him into crystal, trapping the main sand inside. Naruto would look over to Spider-Man, who had just taken down Rhino. The two heroes would meet up for a quick talk, then part ways, with Naruto trying to make his way to school as quick as he can. After arriving at the top of his new school, he would walk in through the front and sign himself in as late, and would get to class meeting up with Miles, who was very much overwhelmed. Hey Miles, nice books you got. How late are we? Miles would look to his friend. About a few minutes. I heard we just watching some documentary though. The two new students would make their way to class, trying to sneak in, but both getting caught by the teacher. Thanks for joining Mr. Uzumaki and Mr. Morales. You're late. Naruto would speak for himself and Miles. Well, Einstein said time was relative, so maybe we aren't late. Maybe you guys are early. Yes. This would get a laugh from Miles and a girl he didn't know. Then again, he doesn't know anyone but Miles at this point. Mr. Uzumaki and Morales. Sit down. The two friends would sit in the only open seats, Naruto having to sit next to one of his fellow blondes with Miles sitting beside him as well. The two would stay quiet for the time being until his attention would be turned to the blonde girl beside him. It was funny. Naruto would look to the girl who had got his attention. The joke that you said. Oh, ugh, thanks. I'm Gwanda, by the way. Nice to meet you. Time skip. Naruto would be playing this new Spider-Man game he got access to mainly because he was a well-known gamer. He was the beta tester for the game, and Pete allowed this Sony company to make a game on his spider life, which of course was altered to keep his secret identity safe. Naruto would be focusing on the game until he died as he was distracted by Miles, who just came in. Damn it. Oh hey Miles, how did failing go? Miles would roll his eyes. I told you going for straight zeros wasn't going to help ya. They will find sneak shit like that. Miles would sit next to his best friend trying to figure out what he was playing. That Spider-Man game came out early? Nah, I got special access as long as I don't leak the game. Cool. Yep. Miles would look out the window, starting to let his mind run. What are you thinking about, Miles? Miles would start to smirk and would turn to Naruto. Well, how would you like to skip the night? Don't tell me. We going to see Uncle Aaron? You know me too well. Miles, we are going to get caught. No, we aren't. The two friends would sneakily move out of the school, walking through the night as if they weren't supposed to be in their room. Miles would lead the way, the two heading up to Uncle Aaron's spot. Miles would put his face on the glass, make Naruto shake his head as Aaron would let the two boys in. "Sup, Miles? Who's the guy you brought?" Miles would laugh as he slapped around his uncle's hand. "This is Naruto. You know, the best friend I told you about. The one that's making bank gaming." Aaron would yawn. "So he's the one that's been helping you around with your art." Aaron would pull out his phone to show Naruto some graffiti Miles sent him. "This you kid?" "Yeah, I don't do it that much, but I like my art." Naruto remembered this piece. It was another way for Naruto to pay respects to his past life, and the start of another hobby to cope with being the last shinobi. Miles would look at Naruto with a smirk. "Don't do it that much, you do this more than me. And that's saying something." Naruto would sheepishly laugh. "Yeah." Miles would start shadowboxing while Aaron and Naruto sat down. "You two got any girls you like in that school Miles is trying to get kicked out of?" Miles would be the first to respond. "Nah, not really, but I think I've decided to stay in the school." "Where did this come from?" Miles would look to Naruto. "Well, it's like you always say, my friend, don't waste opportunity. Plus I can always see my old friends." "True." Miles would go back to shadowboxing. "What about you, Blondie?" Naruto would think for a second. "Not really, there was this one girl today." "You talking about the only one that laughed at you joke?" Naruto would fake glare. "You laughed too." "I know." Aaron would grin. "Well, a great way to get her is the shoulder touch." Miles would look to his uncle. "Not this again. You and Dad always say it works. I tried it multiple times, it doesn't." Aaron would chuckle. "It works, I'm telling you." "Sure it does. What's the shoulder touch?" Uncle and nephew would look to the lonesome blonde. "Well, you go like this." Aaron would put his hand on Naruto's shoulder. "Hey." Naruto would raise his eyebrow. "I told you, Naruto, I did the same thing." "Yeah, I'm with Miles, that seems kinda stupid." "I'm telling both of you it works." All three would laugh, Aaron being the first to interrupt the laughter. "You do anything besides gaming? Like boxing?" "Nah, but I do know my way around a fight." Miles would snicker a little. "Tell him your main fighting style." Naruto would blink. "I don't think I should." Aaron would turn to Naruto. "Now I got to know. It's the Toad style." Aaron and Miles would laugh. "The Toad fighting style." Naruto would cross his arms and his eyebrow would twitch. "I know other fighting styles. Back to your main question, I don't do much besides gaming, engineering, graffiti, and maybe music sometimes." The shinobi remembered the first time he tried to sing or even touched a bass, which was also his favorite instrument. It was not pretty. But it seemed like if Naruto never came to this dimension, he wouldn't have known he was good at any of this stuff. "Oh, speaking of art, show him what we have been cooking up, Naruto." Naruto would grab the notebook from Miles' bag and would open it up, flipping through a couple pages. "So let me get this straight, you helped Miles with all of these?" "Nah, some of them yeah, but me and Miles had one that we want to put somewhere no one can find it." Naruto would flip a couple more pages showing their greatest work of art yet. "That's good. You two made this?" "Yep. I think I got a spot we can put it." Aaron would get up, causing Miles to stop his shadow boxing. "Wait, right now?" "Yeah, I already got your art stuff, might as well put it there." Naruto and Miles would begin to grin as the three would move through the city, eventually arriving underground. "You really have a spot where no one will find it." Miles would smirk until the three would be stopped by a metal gate. "Guess we can go there." Aaron would look down at the two. It's all good, we got clearance for this area, but I didn't bring my key, so we got to jump. Eren would look back to the gate, quickly getting over it in an instant. Wow. Who's next? Naruto would look at Miles and would do the same as Eren, but tried to make it look like he was struggling. Come on, Miles. Miles would try and do what his uncle and Naruto did, but would fall but stand back up as if nothing happened. Sup. This would cause Naruto and Eren to chuckle at Miles. Come on. Eren would keep leading the two, showing them a wide open space of circular proportion unknown to the three. A spider was crawling down from the ceiling. This spider would then glitch as Miles and Naruto would begin their work. A mix of vibrant cold colors on one side while a mix of warm on Naruto's side, both working quickly as the spider moved through their artwork. At then end, Miles would stand in the middle of the artwork with Naruto balancing himself above Miles. Eren would take the white can and would use the spray to outline the both of them. Finally both would get down to look at their hard work, both ready to go back to their dorm. Hey, we got to go, my boss just called. Naruto and Miles would like at Eren with a grin, showing they were fine with leaving. Naruto and Eren would walk ahead while Miles packed up his paint cans. The spider with 42 on its abdomen would suddenly bite Miles, injecting venom into him. This wouldn't get a reaction from Miles as he just slapped the thing, giving it a quick death. Act 2. Must lose to gain more. Naruto had awoken to Miles standing on the ceiling with nothing but his boxers on. Miles, you're on the ceiling. This is all a dream, Naruto. That's not gonna work on me, man. Naruto would stare at Miles. You seem taller. I think I might be. Miles would suddenly fall on the floor as he would land on his back. That had to hurt. Why aren't you surprised? Miles would stare at Naruto with confusion, accepting a quick answer. Okay, first things first, let's get out of here before you break school property. Miles would look away from Naruto. His much did you break? Not much, maybe some drywall. And that girl's hair. As Naruto would get the two out of class by promising to help around the school for a month and doing extra classes. As the two ran from their school, Naruto would turn to Miles. You owe me so much. I know. So are you going to explain? Okay, so first things first. I think you have Spider-Man's powers. Miles would deadpan at Naruto. Oh really? I could have never guessed. Yeah, save it. You see, I'm Fire Shadow. What? And you never decided to tell me. The two would turn into a corner as Naruto would pull out his phone. Dude, I didn't know how to tell you, because if I did I would have to tell you I'm from a different dimension. Dimension travel is possible. Yeah, to some point, but I got here because one of my grandpas had a lot of power and sent me here. All those I might be more powerful. Naruto would look to his phone, seeing missed messages from Peter. Damn it. Who's that? Spider-Man. What? Miles would look to Naruto. Look, I got to go quick. Don't follow, I'll tell you everything after I help the spider, okay? Miles would nod with Naruto running off. Miles would wait 2 seconds before he would start tailing Naruto. Morales, what are you doing? Time skip. Naruto would find himself watching Peter get beat up by a certain goblin. Naruto would change into his suit and would jump down ready to help his friend until he would be stopped by thugs. Look guys, you don't want to do this. The thugs would all put on gauntlets. Wow, you really want to do this? Naruto would begin to beat all the thugs, jumping away from any and every attack. Naruto would land, not paying attention to the sniper pointed right at him. The sniper would fire as a small tech bullet would implant itself into Naruto. Ow, what the hell? Naruto would turn to where the wired bullet come from, only to see nothing. Naruto. Yakurama. That bullet is taking away your chakra and filtering it into the air. Well, shock it off. If I do that it could kill you. That thing landed in your neck right on one of your tenketsu. It's already filtered enough chakra to make it so your healing factor is basically gone. Right now with the amount of chakra you are at the level that you were when you were a baby. And the only things you could do now would be walking up walls as well as maybe a weak elemental jutsu here or there. And even then both would tire you out very quickly. Damn it. Naruto would turn to see Spider-Man placing Miles on a platform as he swung off to fight Green Goblin. I told him not to follow me. Naruto would try and figure out how to get up there until he saw Peter getting pulled into a beam of light by the Green Goblin. No, he's gonna kill him. Naruto would begin to do hand signs as he would send a fireball right at Green Goblin, distracting him, so he let Peter go. Spider-Man would fall and would land in rubble, causing Naruto and Miles to run to him. Peter. Peter. Stay with me. You still got to see Mary Jane. One last time. Miles would finally walk over, seeing Naruto cry for the first time. Miles would put his hand on Naruto's back. Peter, get up. I can't stop them without you. I won't make it, Kit. More tears would pour down Naruto's eyes. Please. Peter would remove his mask and would shake his head. No, I can't. You know this. Tell Marty I wish I could have seen her one last time. Come on, man, who is gonna stop the bad guys with me? Peter would look to Miles. Him. He's like me. And I can tell you both know each other. Naruto would look to Miles, then back to Peter, as Peter would give access key to Miles. That is the access key. I need you to swing up there and destroy that machine. Miles would begin to frown. I don't know how. Naruto can teach you. When you are ready, destroy that machine. The three would hear footsteps as they would come closer. Go get out of here. I'm not leaving you, man. Peter would let his head fall. You got to get out of here. No one else will be able to do this. Only you two. Miles would begin to pull Naruto away from the scene with much protest from Naruto. Naruto's cloths would turn normal, realizing he couldn't go back to save his friend. The two would completely run back to their dorm. Both out of breath at what they saw, they would take a moment and sit down. This. Miles would look at Naruto. I never thought. This isn't a dream right now. Naruto would shake his head and would stand up. No, this is no dream. We have to stop Kingpin. Miles would look up to his superhero of a friend. First thing is first, I got to teach you how to swing. What do you mean? We don't have web shooters. Naruto would hold up some web shooters. We can go to Aunt May's later to get you a suit, but I'm gonna get the rundown of your powers as well as give you the basics. We are also gonna need to get the tech to get this thing off my neck, but we can deal with that later. Miles would grin. Man, this is gonna be great. But I never thought I would become Spider-Man. Naruto would shrug. We are the only ones that can stop that machine, so you are going to need to keep it together. The two friends would leave the school, again moving through the city, getting themselves to a scrapyard. First things first, we got to test your strength. Try lifting that car. Miles would look at the car, then stare at his friend. How am I supposed to lift that? You can lift it, at the very least move it. I mean, I could try. Miles would crouch, putting his arms under the car, then with a push of his legs he would fling the car through the air. Naruto would look where the car flew off to, then back to Miles. Well, you're decently stronger than Pete was when he first started. Miles would look at his hands as Naruto would gild him to a bus. Now this time just lift it. Miles would nod as he would pick up the bus and would spin it. You probably are stronger than Pete was in his prime. Naruto would look at the bus closely. You're holding it with one hand and it doesn't seem like you're breaking a sweat. Naruto would walk to another car as he would test his strength without the constant flow of chakra he used to have. Naruto would struggle a bit before lifting the car. Okay, I still got some strength, but... Naruto would suddenly drop the car after walking somewhere to get the car out the way. Need help? Nah, it's just, Kingpin sealed most of my power with this stupid chip in my neck. I'm not as strong as I was before. Naruto would look away from his friend. Well, that's why we're doing this together. Miles would put down the bus. I'm new to this hero business. And you have your powers sealed. We can help each other. Naruto would nod and chuckle. You're right. Let's get you used to your spider strength and your wall crawling. Then we can start on swinging. When the two finished the short training, the friends would walk through the city, which was in a state of memorial for the fallen hero. Naruto and Miles had decided to find a spider suit for Miles, as the suits were in pretty high demand. All that the two would end up getting is a kitty spider suit Miles could barely fit. After getting the suit, Naruto and Miles decided to start on swinging. What Pete told me when he became Spider-Man, he was still afraid of heights. So he climbed the tallest tower he was closest to. And he began to learn to swing once he wasn't afraid. Miles would look down at the city below from what building they were on. That's a 4-story drop. Naruto would sigh. 1. You have great spider defense. 2. I'm not gonna let you fall. If you do, I'll catch you. Miles would calm down as he shot the line of web from his wrist and would try to swing. Miles would end up hitting a wall, then falling on the access key, breaking it. Naruto would rush down, checking on Miles. Are you okay? You said you would catch me. I wasn't ready. I didn't think you would fall. Miles would sigh, but would realize something and would frantically look in his back pocket to find the broken key. Damn it. Wow, I'm sure we can make a new one. With what? The only place we can get that would be Alchemex. Naruto would put a hand on Miles' shoulder. We were already going there anyway. Remember? Naruto would tap to the chip that was on his neck. Oh yeah, I guess we could get another chip there. The two would get up and move to get something to eat, mainly because both were very tired and hungry. A few hours would pass after the two ate, both deciding to try swinging in the park, lower chances of getting hurt. After getting Miles used to swinging, the two would sit on the bench waiting for the next day. The two would wait until they were crept up upon by a tall, out-of-shape figure. This figure would put its hand on Miles, causing Miles to quickly throw the man over his shoulder and sending what seemed to be blue electricity through the man's body. Naruto and Miles would get to look at the man a bit more and would find that he looks like Peter apart from the brown hair. This doesn't make sense. Naruto and Miles would look at each other. Should we interrogate him? Where would we do that? Well, that punching bag my uncle has looks like something we could tie him up with. Naruto would put his hand on his chin. Okay, I guess that is a start. Time skip. Naruto would flash light into the look-alike's eyes, waking him up. Can you not flash light into my eyes? Naruto would put the light away. Who are you? Why do you look like Peter Parker? Miles would speak up after Naruto said that. And why are you out of shape? The look-alike would deadpan. I'm pretty sure you just called me fat. No. You totally did. Also, I am Peter Parker. Naruto and Miles would look at each other, then back to the man who claims he is Peter. How? Are you a clone? No. Are you some robot? No. Are you from a different universe? But you somehow came to this universe. But don't know how. Peter would sweat drop. That was just a guess. We are asking the questions. Listen kids, I don't got time for this. The punching bag would spin a little, make Peter not face them. And word of it, advice. Don't watch the mouth. Watch the hands. Suddenly Peter would show his untied hands and would kick the bag into the two, sending them back, allowing him to walk away. The friends would quickly get up and look out the window, seeing Peter casually walking down the wall, making the two follow him down the wall. You can't just leave, you got to teach me to be Spider-Man. No offense, Naruto. None taken. Peter would look at the two boys, questioning them both. Okay, which one of you was bit by the spider, cause something isn't adding up. Wait, that blonde hair. You're the kid that has been working with this dimensions me. Ugh. What was your name? Fart Shadow. Naruto would sigh. Of course an older Peter would have nothing better than a fart joke. Anyway, I need to get home. Peter would jump down, landing on a trash can. Aren't you gonna need this? Oh, you two got a goober. Give it. Nope, he called an access key. There's always a access key. A bypass key. A who cares key. So I just call it a goober. Give it. No. Miles would put the broken key in his mouth. I'll swallow it. Don't play with me. What? Using his question as a distraction, Peter would web the key out of Miles' mouth. Did you break this? Peter would look at Miles, then to Naruto. No, it was like that when we found it. Peter would throw the broken device away, getting ready to walk off until Miles and Naruto jumped down. I'll just make a new one. Look, we know you want to get home, but please. Let us help. Miles would look to Naruto. I can teach you, Miles, not like he could figure out. Wait, what are we gonna call that little electric thing you did to him? How about we just call it my venom? Naruto would grin. I wonder if you got any more abilities. Peter would wait for the two to stop talking until he realized they were gonna keep talking. Are we going? The two friends would look at Peter with a smirk, and the three would walk off. Naruto, Miles and Peter would stop at a burger joint for Peter to fill himself while Miles talked about being Spider-Man. So you gonna tell me how to be Spider-Man? Naruto would look at Miles. Miles, come on. I know. But two teachers are better than one. After finishing his burger and cleaning his fingers, Peter would look at the two. The kid's right. Two teachers are better than one. Naruto would sigh at this. Fine. Let's just get moving. Act 3. Unsealed Power. The trio would take a bus ride to Alchemech's main goals being to get tech to unseal Naruto and making a new goober. The three would be stationed behind a rock. So here is the plan. I'll sneak in, get the things for the goober and things to take off that chip. You two stay here. No. We aren't staying here. Peter would shrug as he put his mask on. Worth a try. Naruto and Miles would get their suits ready as Miles sneaked on a cape. Peter and Naruto would look at Miles. What are you doing? What? It's a no on the cape. I think it looks cool. Take it off, Spider-Man doesn't wear a cape. Peter would rip the cape off Miles. After that, the three would make their way inside. Crawling through the vents with basically no room, they would all stop when they saw Kingpin. Oh, look at this, it's standard villain talk. Watch, he's going to say. You have 24 hours. Kingpin would mimic what Spider-Man had said and would walk out of the room with the scientist following him. Okay, let's move in. Naruto, Peter and Miles would jump down, Naruto taking the lead on hacking the computer. Can you two make sure that we don't have any distractions? Peter would slouch. I wanted to hack the computer. Well, Peter, put your big boy pants on, you can't. Naruto would go back to hacking the computer as he would get in and would make a big sigh. This lady needs to clean her desktop. Naruto would look for the file, but the heroes were losing time as the scientist was making her way back. Hey Naruto, the lady with the wired hair is coming back. Miles would begin to turn invisible, surprising Naruto and Peter. Wow, Miles, you're invisible. Miles would look at his hand, see nothing as he turned normal until the door would open, showing the scientist. Spider-Man. Peter would be stunned, only being able to say, hey. I'm from another dimension. The spider would be surprised at this. But if you stay here too long you will die. Still being confused, Peter wouldn't answer. I look forward to watching that. The scientist would push Peter into a chair which would strap him in. The scientist would take off Peter's mask as she examined him. Hey, that's a no-no. Ignoring the spider, she would continue. Your cells are in a rapidly excited state and it's speeding up. Peter would begin to glitch, then would look out of breath. What did you say your name was? Dr. Olivia Octavias. The doctor would take off her lab coat, showing the full body suit she was in with tentacles coming out. One of the tentacles would shoot out, choking Peter. Let me goose, your friends call you Doc Ock. No, my friends call me Liv M, my enemies call me Doc Ock. Naruto, finishing the hacking and downloading of code onto a flash drive, would throw the computer at Doc Ock, distracting her. Come on guys, we got to go. Miles would become visible again with him getting Peter out of the chair, all three of them getting to run. Fire Shadow, we meet again. Yeah, Liv, can you please not try and act like you didn't try to experiment on me? Oh come on, we have our fun. One of Liv's tentacles would lash out at Naruto, with Naruto barely dodging until he was caught and thrown aside. Naruto would land on someone behind Liv. Ugh, sorry about that. Getting of the girl and getting a better look, Naruto would realize who he landed on. Gwanda? Hey Naruto, funny seeing you here. Naruto would look at the mask that was down. I really need to get my chakra back, this thing would never fall down before I lost most of my power. Naruto put his mask back up. What are you doing here? And why don't you seem surprised about me being Fire Shadow? Gwanda would look to the carnage that was happening in the workplace. First, my real name is Gwen. Second, I'll explain after we help your friends. Naruto would look to Miles and Peter, who had just jumped away and started swinging away. They seemed to be fine. Naruto would call Miles, with Miles taking a while to pick up. Yo. Yeah. Can you meet at the bus stop? Okay, see ya. Tell Peter not to do anything stupid. Naruto would hang up. We got time. Gwen and Naruto would make their way out of Alchemex, moving quickly through the trees together. Gwen would be in her signature suit. Let me get this straight, you're Spider-Woman from another dimension. Yep, seems like you've been through this already. Yeah. Naruto would dodge a tree and would land on another, keeping up with Gwen. I like the hair, but your last one was good too, why did you change it? Gwen and Naruto would land next to each other. Well, you know your friend. You're the girl whose hair he messed up. Yeah. Naruto would chuckle. Sorry, he's a little new to this spider stuff. Gwen would look to Naruto. You don't seem to be new to it. What are you, some sort of ninja spider? Naruto would laugh. Half right, I'm not a spider, just a ninja. No way. That's why I didn't see you shoot webs. Yeah, I could do more if this damn chip wasn't in my neck. Well, I'm guessing you also got some stuff to take it out. Naruto would laugh. No, not me, but I do know someone that has the tech I need to take it out. Cool. A silence would fall over the two, only to be broken by Gwen. So what's your story? Naruto would look up at the sky, not knowing how to answer. Well, I'm a ninja from a different dimension. Shouldn't you, well, you know, be glitching? The shinobi would shake his head. I didn't come here through the collider, that's most likely why. But ever since I had to leave mine, this place became my home. The two would smile at each other, they would move closer until they were kissing. After a few seconds they would move apart. We. Naruto would struggle to form a sentence as Gwen would giggle. We should meet up with the others. Right. Naruto would nod, with the two swinging off. Time skip. The group of spiders and one shinobi had finally gotten to their destination. On the way, Naruto had taught Moles how to control his other spider abilities, also giving him one of the speeches Peter gave him a while back. Anyways, the group had arrived at Aunt May's house, Peter being pushed to ring the doorbell. After a few seconds, an old lady would open the door, causing Peter to answer. Hey Aunt May. Peter? Yeah, I'm. May would cut the older spider off. You're from another dimension. Who does everyone know that? Aunt May would ignore this and look to Naruto. Hello Naruto. Seems someone got you pretty bad. You don't got all my power. The kind old lady would smile and lead the group to what seemed to be an old shed. "Oh, the shed where I kept my spider stuff, nothing special." Naruto would look at Peter. "This is nothing like that." Naruto would put his hand on the lock, unlocking it automatically, showing what seemed to be a red elevator. Aunt May and Naruto would walk waiting for the other three to step in. "Gwen, you don't got anything like this?" Gwen would shake her head as she would walk in with the other spiders. The shed would close, allowing the elevator to go down, showing what could only be called the spider web. Naruto would put his hands out as the lights would shine on different stations, each one having something different. "Isn't that a little, you know, much for you, Naruto?" Naruto would shrug. "You know, I got to impress." The best friends would fist bump each other as the moving platform would reach the main lobby. "Wow, look at all these suits." Miles would rush to the alcoves filled with past Spider-Man suits when he would find something that would interest him. "Hey Pete." "Naruto." The two would look at Mike, seeing him holding a costume with a cape on it. "It has a cape." Naruto would shake his head while the others would laugh. "Hey kid." Miles' attention would be pulled to Aunt May. "You gonna keep wearing that kitty suit?" Miles would look at the suit he got on, then back to May. "I'm gonna get my own suit." May would nod at the new spider and would open a suit machine that makes suits. "Wow. Come on kid, I'm not you and this ain't gonna be my suit." Miles would rush over, raring to make his suit. "Oh, and you three. I got some friends for you to meet." As Aunt May said this, three figures jumped from the ceiling. The first being a red and blue spider-like mech with what seems to be an anime girl on it. The second would be a pig in a Spider-Man costume. "Hey! What? You can't just give the best character the least screen time. This story is basically almost over. What do we have? A couple of minutes." "Ham, you know you only had a few lines in the movie, can we just move on?" "No. I want. No, I need a better introduction." "Fine." The next figure was the amazing, the most powerful, the best animal that could have ever donned red and blue. The amazing Spider-Ham. Happy. Very. Oh, now make giant words behind me explaining my awesomeness. Spider-Ham would be ignored as he was taking too much time. "Hey." The finally figure would be a dark detective who seemed to be wearing a spider suit under his large coat, the coat being accented by some wind and small rain. "Where you go the wind follows. And smells like rain." I thought Spider-Man was supposed to be funny. Naruto would cross his arms waiting for someone to say something till all the spiders said one thing at the same time. "You're like me." "Of course." Naruto would sigh as everyone would introduce themselves. Naruto would get to work on the antivirus that will take off chip that was on his neck. Kurama, who are the levels of chakra that's getting filtered into the air. Because you aren't making as much chakra anymore because of the chip, it's only filtering a bit of chakra. Good. And Kit. HM. Are you going to make the blonde your mate? Naruto would stop working as he would mentally stare at his tenant. What? Personally, it's great to see my Kit not close himself off anymore. Your friend was helping with that, but it would have taken longer. The patterns would chuckle as Naruto got back to work on his antivirus. Hey, Naruto would look over to his shoulder to see the same girl that was on the robot from earlier. Hey you. Sorry, I didn't catch your name. Penny Parker. Note. I just put random stuff so I have no idea what I'm even talking about here. Just needed a way for the two to bond. You gonna make sure the antivirus has a backup so that the chip doesn't just destroy it? Yeah, but if I do that I won't have as much processing power for the antivirus to do its thing. Well, why not just double the power with that energy you use? Well, actually that's not a bad idea, but we will need a way to make sure it filters back in so I don't. Naruto would shake his head as the two would get working on the antivirus and access key. Naruto would place the virus on the chip, finally get the thing off as his extra chakra was slowly coming back. Finally, even with this little bit, I feel so much more powerful thanks Paini. No problem. Paini would grab Naruto's collar, then kiss him, then she would put him back on the floor. Ugh. The mind of the shinobi was fried, not allowing him to do much now. Kid, you okay? I think. Naruto would sit down as he say, Paini, sit next to Gwen. Looks like the kiss wasn't what was making you stupid. You chakra levels are going up very quickly. The overload could fry you brain. Kid, do something quick. Naruto would only be able to filter the chakra from his brain back into his body, raising the level every hour. Miles would look to Naruto having his finished suit as he would run to his friend. You okay? No, I need time to filter my chakra, it's gonna take at least 3 hours. Give or take. Miles would walk to the other spiders. Bad news, Naruto is out of commission for now. He said something about needing to filter that chakra stuff. Paini and Gwen would look to Naruto, both worrying about him, as the two would leave to console him. So who is gonna get us home? Miles would look at Spider-Ham. Kid, I'm sorry, but you're a little new to this. Miles would look to Peter for help. I'll stay. What if you stay here, you'll die. This was emphasized by all the spiders besides Miles glitching. Let me get you home. Peter would look at Miles, then would look away. So none of you believe in me. Naruto is the only one that got my back, and he can't even help anymore. Miles would shake his head. I'm not dealing with this right now. Naruto, I'll be back, I got to let off some steam. Okay, see ya, Miles. Miles would leave as the platform would slowly move him up to the top level. Time skip. Naruto would be sitting on the floor beside Gwen and Paini, who would be watching him as he created different elements and even shaped chakra. That's so cool. Seems I'm not back to 100% though, maybe 14 at least. I don't got to worry about my body overflowing with chakra. Naruto would put his hand down. Now I got a question for the both of you. Why did you both kiss me? The girls would look away from Naruto as Naruto realized aside from the two spiders next to him, 8 eyes were on him. What are you for looking at? Mei would sigh with a smirk. Just thinking of the past, kid. Naruto would roll his eyes. Ever since he told Pete and Mei the nickname Kurama gave him, they always used it. And when Kurama emphasized that it was the name that he gave to Naruto, they would use it even more. The three Peters would raise their eyebrows. What's with you calling him Kit, Mei? Mei would look to Naruto as he looked away. It's not like it's a touchy subject. It just slipped my mind. Peter would look at Naruto questioningly. I have a giant fox made out of potent chakra living in a seal on my stomach. All the spiders' eyes would widen, even the robot. Oh, and he calls me Kit. He is one of my closest friends besides Miles. Kurama would shout at this. I take offense to that. Naruto would laugh as Gwen and Paini would try and ask him questions, getting him to respond with a smirk. You two still haven't answered my question. This would cause the spider women to blush and look away again. Silence would be the norm for a while until Miles had burst through the front door out of breath. My uncle. He. And I ran. And. Naruto would stand to console his friend. What's wrong, Miles? Deep breaths. My uncle. He's the Prowler. The short silence would be broken by Spider Noir. This is a hardcore origin story. This would get Paini to glare at him with Noir just raising his hands in defense. Were you followed? No, I don't think so. Naruto would look behind Miles as his regular cloths turned into his suit. Naruto would then move Miles out the way from a kick from the Prowler, which would make a big opening where the door used to be. This would allow Doc Ock, Tombstone and the Scorpion to come through, all starting to attack the spiders with the dismay of Aunt May. Naruto would begin to block blows from the Prowler, who almost got the goober that was in Naruto's hand. Naruto would throw the device to Gwen, who would throw it to Painey, who would throw it to Peter. The goober would get caught by the scorpion as Miles decided to grab it from him, getting the attention of the prowler who followed him upstairs. Aunt May would grab her bat and would use it to kick the villains out. I said take it outside. The spiders and Shinobi would follow the villains, starting a street brawl. Eventually Naruto would hear a gun shoot, then look to see Miles running off. Shit. Naruto would summon 3 clones, each clone with a Rasengan. The clones would run to Scorpion, Hammerhead and Doc Ock, each one plunging their Rasengan into the respective villains. Wow. Peter would look at Naruto. You could do that all along. Naruto would shake his head. If you were paying attention, I told you I could do more. My power was more or least sealed by Kingpin. Peter would sheepishly laugh. Sorry kid. It's fine Pete. After a while Miles would reappear in front of the team with tears. Miles, what's wrong? My uncle is dead. Naruto would pull Miles into a hug. I'm here for you, bud. Naruto would nod to the other heroes to leave the two alone. The spiders would leave the friends and would get ready to stop Kingpin. Kingpin killed him. Naruto would pat his friend's back, not answering, making a king silence. We will make sure to stop him. And you will too. But it's important not to go for revenge. I had a friend that almost lost himself to it. Miles would laugh softly. As long as he wasn't your best friend, I forgive ya. The friends would get ready to follow their team swing through the city as Spider-Man and Fire Shadow. Naruto and Miles would run up a tall building together and jump off as quick as they ran up. This would allow the two to find their team as they swung and teleported, landing next to their team. Glad you two could make it. Naruto would grin under his mask. Not like we would miss saving the world. So we going big or we going big? Everyone would look to Naruto. What you have in mind, kid? Naruto would show his red fox eyes. Nah, I don't think we are going to need to go that big. Aw man. Maybe next time, Kurama. Naruto would activate his bloodline, the evolved Renni Sharingan, and would lock on to Kingpin's signature. This is new. I decided just to allow him to track people, as in this version people still have small amounts of chakra mainly to live. And it's just easier for him to use his Renni Sharingan for that. Kingpin is on the move, he's going down. Or I would look at Naruto, then to the building with her mech. She saw that Kingpin went down a secret elevator. They are in an elevator. Naruto would create a portal allowing him and the spiders to get in. Going down the elevator, Naruto would be the first to attack, sending wind bullets into the guards to knock them out. Naruto would lead the spiders, each one taking to attack as Pacific villain as they saw the collider activate. Damn. Miles would chuck the goober at Naruto, with Naruto catching the device and running up the wall to hack the high-tech machine. As Naruto would hack the collider, the spiders would wrap up with the villains, each one landing beside Naruto. Kid. I'm ready, it's done, I'm ready to send you guys home. Noir would be the first to go, taking a Rubik's Cube with him. Spider-Ham would give Naruto and Miles a hammer and frying pan. Those can fit in your pockets. Tearing up the awesome Spider-Ham would leave. As he fell into the portal, he would appear in my domain. Wow, you are really stuck up. This is my story, so yeah, I am. It's not like I'm gonna fight you though. I would crouch to put myself on Spider-Ham's level. Just saying, sorry, your awesomeness couldn't do more. Ah, you make me blush. See ya later, kid. POV change. Naruto would look at Painey and Gwen. So will you answer my question? The two girls would giggle and would kiss Naruto on the cheek, going into the portal, showing a comic-like flash and a neon light flash as they fell in. Naruto would blink and blush, knowing that he probably would have to wait at least 2 years to see them again, as he still wasn't powerful enough to open portals to other dimensions. You're up next, Pete. Naruto and Miles would look at Peter, who would be looking at Kingpin, who had just jumped into the battlefield. We got him. Miles would smirk. You too sure? "Ya man, go home," like Naruto said. "All it is a leap of faith." Naruto would look at Miles. Technically the other versions of Peter said that. Whatever. Peter would jump into the portal, leaving Naruto and Miles to face Kingpin. "I'll go high." Naruto would grin at this. "I'll go low." Naruto and Miles would rush at Kingpin. Naruto would crouch low, charging a Rasengan, while Miles would be charging a Venom shot. Kingpin wasn't able to handle both attacks, so he would be blown back, causing the collider to explode. Naruto and Miles would absorb most of the energy to protect the city from the explosion. After getting out, Naruto and Miles would land in front of Miles' dad. Miles would make his voice deeper so that his dad wouldn't know he is Spider-Man. A new Spider-Man. Miles' dad would raise his eyebrow. "Yeah, sorry for not explaining, he just kinda showed up. Don't worry, I'll keep him out of trouble." "Well, good. See you, Fire Shadow New Spider Guy." Miles would speak up. "Hey officer. Thank you. Also, I left a gift on that building." Miles' father would look at the building, seeing a tied-up Kingpin with Naruto and Miles swinging through the city. And that's how it started. To be completely honest, I had thought it would be hard for Miles to get into the swing of things. Dang it, I just made a Spider-Man pun. But it's nice to finally get that off my chest, you know. But I realized you would find at some point. So ugh. Mom, what do you think? Naruto would finish explaining to his mother why he wasn't in school for the whole week. "Mom?" Ella would pass out after Naruto stopped talking, hitting the floor with a crash. Dang.
And that is the end of this part of What If Naruto Was in the Spider-Verse. I hope you liked the video, and I hope you will go on to watch my other videos that are on my channel, although I realize most of them are from a while back, and most of them I will be remaking from a while back, but that's spoilers. Anyway, without further ado, Little Ninja out.
Shawty catch a vibe, yeah, I had to put her on. Bought a two-seater, yeah, we heading for the sun. Shawty got my high, I ain't tripping for the funds. Yeah, I won't start, I ain't tripping, I'm a stun. Oh, living lively. Everybody tryna ride my wave, they can ride me. Pull up in a foreign to the curb looking icy. I ain't never stressed about a fit, I'm on hype.